Hello, y'all. Happy July 23rd. This is Gorgeous Responds, and I am, of course, Gorgeous. I do want to say a big up to all my subscribers out there. I hope things are going on good in your life, and you had a good week last week. Hopefully that you guys are out there making the most of it and just living life, living it up, and at the same time looking to better yourself in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your wisdom. That's what it's all about. At any rate, today, of course, I do have something to respond to, and that will be an incident in which we had in Miami, Florida, earlier, in which we had a couple on an airplane, the American Airlines airplane. At first, I'm going to preface this by saying, because this right here is something that I talk about. I've talked about it in videos. I've talked about it on my podcast, and that is, and I'm speaking specifically right now to men. I'm not, talking about women, more so as I'm talking particularly about men, and I'm talking about males. And I do differentiate the two, men and males. But I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just, but at the same time, if you know me, if you watch my videos, and you listen to my podcast, you know that I am a truth teller. I'm gonna tell the truth as I see it, and that's just all it is to it. I don't know any other way in which to, conduct myself. So I don't like being the bearer of bad news. And I must say that I'm going to have to do it today, and that is, I'm going to say that as of 2019, American masculinity is dead. It's over with. It's dead. Women have taken over, and they have emasculated the American male as of 2019 in the 21st century. And the reason why that is we'll discuss this on another video, and I'll discuss it more on my podcast. But the reason why it is primarily is because the Western world, particularly I'm talking about the United States of America. The United States of America is the strongest country in the world, militarily and economically, as well as the only country in the world in which you can go to and you can be anything you want to be in this country. But the United States at this point in time in 2019 has become so wealthy of a country, has so much money, has so much might. It's so much food for everybody to eat. Even if you're a bum on the street, you can beg and you can be fed. Or you got people that work in 9-to-5 jobs and living more decent than kings were in yonder years, and queens. But America has become so rich that men in this country have just become sissified. They become more and more feminine by the year. And a lot of it has been helped on by different characters. And like I said, I'll go into greater detail later, because this is not primarily what this video is about. But, I'm talking about characters in music, characters in pop culture, characters in entertainment, in politics. I mean, this situation where masculinity is dying a slow death, and is basically DOA, is because that the American male has fallen asleep at the wheel. Figuratively speaking, obviously, he's fallen asleep at the wheel. He's laxed out. He has his feet cocked up on his sofa, on his plush sofa. Again, you got people who are poor, people who work 9 to 5 jobs and don't have much. They have nice things in their apartments, in their house. They have a nice sofa, they have a nice TV, they have a nice bed. Everybody's eating in this country. Nobody's really starving. If you want to eat, there's no excuse for you not being able to get fed in this country. We've gotten so rich. Like, there's no struggle. There's no reason to clamp down and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Do this, do that, do this right here. I'm for real. I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do what I need you to do, and you're going to do it. And you're going to do it now. Or you're going to do it then. There's no reason to have this type of masculine force, this type of masculine energy, when we're in a culture where we have everything. Like, we have everything. Women have everything. Men have everything. So now men are sitting on the sofa, figuratively speaking, and literally. They're sitting on the sofa with their feet cocked up, watching their 70-something inch screen television, eating chips and dip, drinking sodas or adult beverages, puffing on whatever they puffing on, with the air condition blasting, with their, automobile, be it a nice automobile or just a plain automobile, whatever they got. A lot of people, got nice automobiles. A lot of men got nice automobiles. All the riches have been won. All the spoils of war, of battle, have been gotten. And so there's nothing to fight for anymore. Now, our military is, state of the art in terms of technology and advancements. There's nothing really to be hard about. There's nothing really to be rigorous about or strict about, in which masculinity thrives in the most during that type of period, because only the strong survives. So you got to be tough. And if you're a man, your woman got to follow you. She got to follow suit in those times. Because when the bread and the meat is short, the man got to step up. The man got to be a man. You know why? Because guess what? It's a dog-eat-dog world. And your woman, she's not going to be able to keep up. I'm not saying that all women can't keep up. I'm just saying that when times are hard, in terms of culture, in terms of society, in terms of production, then the men start to thrive more. They become the dominant figures of that society, because it's either kill or be killed. It's dog eat dog. And in that way, we know women not to be equal to men in no way. But when times are, everybody got money everywhere, everybody got food to eat, everybody got clothes to wear, everybody got cars to drive, everybody got their devices, Everybody got their computers. You know, like, it's nothing really to be, hard about. It's nothing really to be tensed about. It's nothing really to, be anything about. All the women, they got what they need, right? And it's due to the battles that have been fought by men and won by men that our society and our economy has thrived because of this. It's due to all these battles and all these wars fought and won over time by men. And now women are reaping the benefits, are reaping the wars, the spoils, just like men are. So everybody's happy. Everybody's coming, okay, now it's, hey, I can have sex with whoever I want. So and so, she, I want to have sex with her. That she want to have sex. Hey, let's have sex. And you have sex with these men, and hey, they give you anything. They give you their car keys. They give you their house keys. They give you their debit cards, credit cards. They give you the world. They even give you power, which is a man's role in the world. Men rule the world. It's not something I'm making up. This is something that has been, factual throughout the history of humankind. Men have ruled the world. And there have been spurts in which women, were figureheads of state. We have had queens in the past. But for the great majority of human history, the rulers of the world have been men. The producers of the world have been men. The builders of the world have been men. The creators of the world have been men. And that is what I'm telling y'all, primarily because of the dominant hormone in which men hold in their biologies, which is testosterone. When men massively outproduce women in testosterone, the dominant hormone in humankind, as well as other animal species. So, this thing about, man shaming a man because he's acting like a man, and he's talking like a man, or he's thinking like a man. This is a situation where you see women trying to turn the tables on men for, as they say, slut shaming a woman. So now it's popular, if you're a female in this country, to man shame. Shaming a man for acting and speaking and thinking like a damn man. That's where we're at in this country. And it's only because of one thing. It's because of power. Women want to supplant men as the sex that has the power, that has the control, that has the authority over the other one. Yeah, as absurd as that sounds, because as I just mentioned, that men hold the dominant gene in their biologies, which is testosterone, and how massively they outproduce women with the hormone, whereas women, have more estrogen, which supports their biologies and their biological needs as women. Men also have estrogen, but very little, just as women also have testosterone, but obviously very little. Although now we're living in a day and age in the 21st century where, you can get a woman to go into, a vitamin or a drugstore and, stack up on all types of testosterone supplements and boosters to enhance their levels of testosterone. I mean, we're living plentiful nowadays. We're living plentiful. Like, we got everything. And men are sitting on their couches with their feet cocked up, eating chips and dips on their 70-inch screen TVs. And at the same time, women are on the march. They're on the move. They're aggressing. They're trying to take control of men's power, of man's power in the United States of America, in American culture. Again, look and go anywhere you want. You'll see the same thing. Female empowerment is the slogan. And all it means is that they want authority over men. Like I said, there's plenty of instances. But like I said, this video is not about that in particular. We will discuss this in another video. So y'all please do continue to hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe to Gorgeous Responds. Thank you. But getting back to the situation, which is what I'm responding to, in Miami, in which we had this couple who came in from Ecuador and was heading to Los Angeles on a flight, American Airlines flight, in which we had a chaotic scene that erupted. And when I say erupted, I don't even know if that's the right word that I want to say. It was an eruption in which we have a couple that was on the plane, and the woman chastising the man loudly and profanely right there in the seats for apparently looking at other women, as she said. So she called them all kinds of N-words. Again, well, not again, but they did not appear, I will say, to be, of black origin or have any type of black nationality. They appeared to have Latino nationality by their accents. But, she just kept calling them the N-word. Like, and y'all know what N-word I'm talking about. She just kept on calling them the N-word. Kept on saying F him, F you, you got me F'd up. Talking about him, allegedly looking at other women. And she just kept on being profane, and mind you, they had a child in the seat behind them, in which the child was crying, but the parent apparently had gotten the child to stop crying, and the child wasn't crying when this woman flared up and went left. So yeah, she's just demeaning the guy, by just vile. I mean, again, check out the video. It's like a 2-minute video or so forth. It was stunning to see it. It's not necessarily something that I would not expect, because again, like I just said, these are the times that we're living in as of present day, 2019, United States of America. These are the times that we're living in which women are feeling themselves on this type of scale, that they can, get away with doing things to men that they couldn't get away with, 25, 30 years ago. But apparently, so she's chewing him out right there, and she ends up slapping him. I mean, just slapping the absolute crap out of him, like, just slap the absolute crap out the guy, right? So, the guy say, he's about to get up, and she's like, where you going? I'm saying, you're assaulting me. That's what the guy said. You're assaulting me. I'm about to go. I'm about to leave. So as he gets up, and there was things in this video that I noticed that other people didn't particularly know. Oh, she did also, before I say that, she did also, saying, basically curse out the child. Because the stewardess or the usher, because they had the security personnel that was around the seat, about 3 or 4 of them were around the seat at this point in time, because they was trying to, make sure that this chaos didn't spill over into other passengers' seats. But yeah, I mean, when they were bringing up the child, the usher was bringing up the child, and she was just like, yap, 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 damn the child. But she wasn't damning, she was F-bombing. She was on the F-bomb tirade. And so as the guy is leaving, the seating and headed down the aisle for the exit door, she's, obviously ramming, she's cursing him out and what have you. And then she ups herself, and I didn't even see the laptop, honestly. I just basically heard it. I mean, no cameras that I've seen actually seen the laptop. But apparently, as the guy was walking down the hall, I did see this. As the guy was walking down the aisle, she, jumps up behind him, and, he's like, I'm leaving. And she started cursing him out, don't come back to my house. And next thing I know, it wasn't just like it was a, like behind her head, boom, like just cracked his skull. Like it was so thunderous, it was so loud, like it reverberated. I know it had to, through the whole airplane, the whole damn airplane. People were gasping on the airplane, passengers. One of the usher ladies, she grabbed her head and so forth, like the woman that hit her with the damn tablet. But that's what it was. It was a Dell laptop, brother. It was a laptop that she banged him, boom. She banged him on the back of his head with. I don't know if she hit the crown or the back or something, but she hit his head, and it was thunderous. And she was chasing him, and after that, I guess she dropped the laptop or whatever. Then she comes back down the aisle and said, "Let me get my purse." And she goes up in the top, start calling for a purse. By that time, a usher had gotten in the aisle, in the middle of the aisle, like he was about to block her. And this is what I noticed right here. As she was coming toward him, he stopped and said, "Ma'am, you're about to get charged for assault." And she was like, "Fine, whatever." And she just basically moved him out the way and stormed down the aisle after the guy, out the exit door. So I'm thinking to myself now, if that was a man, because we always talk about equality, women can do anything that men can do. Women should be treated the same way as men. Women are equal to men. Equality, that's what we hear. Even though men massively outproduce women with the most dominant hormone in humankind and the animal kingdom, testosterone. But men and women are equal. So the guy is, he's basically blocking her from, leaving, chasing after the guy, telling her that she's about to be charged with assault. And she, moves him out the way and darts down the aisle saying, "Fine, whatever," and after the guy. I'm saying to myself, if that's a man right there, I was like, no way he lets that man chase that man like that. And certainly if he would have hit a woman with a laptop, there's no way that he lets that man go past to chase after that woman after he just busted in the head with a laptop. But it was a woman, so he didn't even touch her. You could tell he was even scared. He was scared to touch her. He was scared to touch her because she was a woman. Had it been a man, it'd have been totally different. He would have been trying to hail him back. He would have put his hands on him, probably would have wrestled him. But it was a woman, he just let her go. Just let her go. I mean, how do you guys feel about this out there? I mean, what's up? Women are taking over this society. They're making men feel ashamed about being a man. They're making men feel embarrassed about being a damn man. And all the while, they're gaining and they're seeking power and control and dominion over men in this society, to supplant men as the dominant sex in the American society. And it's going on right before your face, right before your eyes, but you can't see it because, hey, it's too much else going on. There's too much money out here. Yeah, wait till we have the first woman president coming up here. You're going to see some other things happen. And that's not a prediction. That's a fact, Jack. And Jill. You're going to see some other things happen when we have the first woman president of the United States. So, just that episode, y'all. I mean, it's just another case in point that, stuff that I've been talking about in terms of how the country is changing, in terms of how the sexes are relating and not relating. I can tell you, as a grown man in this country, United States of America, it does not make me feel all that good when I see videos like this. And when I see, women trying to, if they don't want to be slut shamed, then why are they trying to man shame men who are just simply acting like damn men? Something to think about. But that I'm going to get up out of here as of right now, and I'll get back with y'all soon enough. I hope y'all have a good Wednesday, a superb Wednesday, and I'll see y'all soon. This is Gorgeous Response, and I am gorgeous.